Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking about the HK VP.40.
Just start.
Quick finishing pass, not too bad. And I'll probably do that.
And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. He's safe and have fun on the range.
So when you get one of these pistols, this is what it'll come in, nice plastic case. Open it up. You'll have some legal paperwork. You'll get a nice H&K sticker and your owner's manual. Inside the case, I got my 40 barrel and a 357 SIG barrel that I got from RCM. About 190 bucks for the threaded version, and I think 150 for the standard barrel length version. You will get 2 magazines. If you do get the tactical, the sights will be suppressor height, and you will get a 3rd magazine. You can see that this one is empty. You can see that the magazine is steel. It is also puzzle pieced together and TIG welded. 13 rounds for 40 and 357 SIG. You do have the option of getting different grip module panels for the side and back strap for small, medium, and large. And you do get a magazine loader. So people might ask, why would I get a barrel in 357 SIG? Well, with the ammo crunch on, obviously it's going to be a lot easier to get 357 SIG or 40 Smith & Wesson right now. 9mm right now in this time is basically impossible to get, and when you do see it, it's probably 50 to 60 cents a round, unfortunately. The HK VP.40, you'll see, does have 3-dot sights, and they are illuminescent paint. Here's what they look like in the dark. As you can see, they do glow pretty good. They do just take ambient light and actually just kind of charge up on that kind of stuff. So anyhow, that's what they look like. Although the front and rear of the slide have nice grippy serrations, they also have these little pads back here. Although these will break off. They'll be the first thing to break off on these pistols, and I have seen that firsthand. The magazine release is a paddle style on both the left and right side, so they are ambidextrous. Here's your slide stop or slide release, and here's your takedown lever. You do have a 1913 Picatinny rail on the bottom so you can mount lights or lasers. They do have a trigger safety here, and that's pretty much most of what you're going to see on the VP.40 or VP.9 pistols. The grips are extremely comfortable in the hand, and they are a nice shooting pistol. Now there are some pros and cons to this pistol. There's only 2 real cons I can think of. These breaking off is one, but it's not really an issue because the slide serrations are absolutely aggressive. They do feel good in the hand. If your hands are wet or gritty, you're not going to miss this slide serration at all whatsoever. One of the cons is you got, not including the magazine of the pistol, you do have 60 separate parts in this pistol. That's a lot more than, let's say, a Glock pistol. But anyhow, the only other con I can really mention is you see this trough here for the trigger. It really does, and it depends on how you handle your firearm. I get as high as I can with the webbing of my hand up into the pistol, and then as you see, I actually go over. I don't just shoot with the tip of my finger. I kind of go over, get in this area of the pad, and then my trigger finger actually starts rubbing up against this little area right here, this trough. This trough was designed in mind of having gloves and not having gloves being able to get caught in there. So when I do shoot this pistol, I do just get the tip of my finger on there, and then I don't end up rubbing it against that trough. Just something to consider for everyone out there. So these pistols are made in Germany, in Oberndorf, and they were introduced by HK in 2014. The weight of the pistol is 29 ounces. The length of the pistol is 7.34 inches. The height is 5.45 inches. The width is 1.32 inches. The barrel length on a standard size barrel is 4.09 inches. And yeah, honestly, it's really interesting. They do have a safety trigger. It is a striker fire pistol, obviously, and the action system is a modified Browning linkless action. So let's take this apart really quick and take a look at the parts inside. And here is the 357 SIG barrel. You can see that that's just got conventional rifling in it. So here's the grip frame module. You'll notice that there's a nice big piece of steel that is acting as the slide rails for the lower. And you will see the trigger spring down there. You will see that it's a, I believe, triple round spring. You can see how that action works. Really not too much else. It is very light. It is very comfortable in the hand. These grip modules that you can change out, you can really tailor it to the grip of your hand. Looking at the barrel, this is the original 40 barrel that came with it. You can see that it is polygonally rifled and of high quality steel. Here's the recoil spring. You'll notice that they got rid of the rate reducing spring and kind of copied more of a flat spring wire, kind of like the Glock generations 1, 2, and I believe 3. Here's the slide. It is a little dirty, I apologize for that. But you'll notice that there is not very many tooling marks, just a few. So let's put this back together and look at the trigger. Let's get a close look at this trigger here. Gonna have 6 millimeters of take up before you hit that wall. Nice firm wall, crisp break. Reset's gonna be 3 millimeters. Let's get a trigger gauge on this, see if what they're advertising is correct. Looks like we got 5 and a little over a quarter. Looks like we got 5 on that one. And looks like we got a little over 5 on that one. So that's going to be your trigger weight. So the question is going to come up, why did I put a 357 SIG barrel in the VP40? And the answer is really simple. And all these specs I'm going to be going over are coming from Underwood Ammo. Here is a 9mm plus P 124 grain, and it'll be traveling at 1,225 feet per second and giving you 413 foot-pounds of energy. Here is a 40 Smith & Wesson 180 grain projectile traveling at 1,100 feet per second, and it has 484 foot-pounds of energy. Here's a 45 ACP 230 grain plus P. This will travel at 1,000 feet per second and give you 511 foot-pounds of energy. But the 357 SIG at 125 grains will be traveling at 1,475 feet per second and give you 604 foot-pounds of energy. And that is a lot of energy considering the other options that you have. So I honestly can't remember exactly where the thread protector went to this particular barrel, so we got some 5/8 rod sitting here in the lathe, and we're going to spin a new one up. So here's what we got. Could just cut this off the lathe. Got it nice and knurled, and basically what you're looking for, the knurling, is you're looking for it to come to a perfect point. You don't want it to have a divot or anything like that, and that's when you can stop knurling. And I got this nice recess in here so it can actually hold on to the little O-ring we have on the barrel. Drop the barrel really quick, do a real quick test fit. And there we go. So now let's get this blued, and here's what the finished product looks like. So now that we know some of the attributes of the H&K VP.40 has, let's head out to the range and see what it can do. All right, so that's the H&K VP.40 with the 357 SIG barrel in it. We ran about 250 rounds through this pistol, and we have nothing to report on failures. No failures to feed, eject, function, anything like that. The only thing I did notice is that I do ride the slide lock on this, so it doesn't lock back on the last round, but that's me. Anyhow, it ran awesome, and the 357 SIG round is extremely potent. I love it. You have to bear down a little extra hard on the pistol, especially when you're shooting fast. So remember, loose is fast, brakes only slow down, and having boutique ammo is better than not having any ammo at all. Remember, be safe, have fun on the range, and we'll see you next time.